In today's class, we will discuss the next set of Bangla alphabets, which are B, Boy-shunno R, K, Dh, Th, Jh, Shoroborno Ri, and Kh. Except Ri, others are Banjan Borno. Again, this set is formed based on the similarity found in their orthographic shapes. Let's take a closer look at each of them one by one. The first letter we have here is B. The pronunciation is similar to the B in ball. There is a horizontal bar which is called matra above the letter. This letter can occur word initially, medially, and finally from the viewpoint of orthography. The examples for word initial appearance can be found in the words like bok, meaning crane, balish, meaning pillow, badam, meaning nuts. In word medially, it can appear such as in kobita, which means poetry, in durbal, which means weak, and in word finally it can appear as in kobi, which means poet. Now let's try to write this letter B. First, we will draw the horizontal matra. Next, we will draw a slanted line like this and connect it with the vertical line in upward direction. You have now successfully written the Bengali letter B. The next letter is Boy-shunno R. The pronunciation is similar to the Ra in English. There is a horizontal bar which is called matra above the letter, and a dot is also present below the main body of the alphabet. Word initially, Ra can appear in the words like wrong, which means color, and in Rat, which means night. Word medially, it can appear in words like torol, which means liquid. Word finally, it can appear in words like chor, which means thief, and bhor, which means dawn. Ra has two diacritics associated with it. They are ref and rafola. They will be discussed later. Now, let's try to write this letter. First, we will start with the instructions how to write B, discussed in the previous lesson. Now, just add a small dot beneath the letter. You have now successfully written the Bengali letter Boy-shunno R. The next letter is K. The pronunciation is similar to the K in cot. There is a horizontal bar which is called matra above the letter. Examples for word initial occurrence of letter K is kak, which means crow, in kolshi, which means pitcher. Word medially, it can be found in okal, meaning famine, in bikal, meaning evening, and in word finally, it can be found in the words like bak, meaning speech, and in talk, meaning sour. Now, let's try to write this letter. First, we will start just like the letter B, and then from the intersecting point of the matra, we will draw an arc like this and a loop. You have now successfully written the Bengali letter K. The next letter is Dh. It is representing the voiced aspirated dental plosive sound. There is a ordho matra above the letter. This letter can occur word initially like dhonuk, which means a bow. In word medially, it can occur as in godhuli, which means dusk, and word finally as in kand, which means shoulder. Now, let's try to write this letter. We will start drawing a loop and then try to write the letter B without the matra at first. Now, draw another ordho matra in here. You have now successfully written the Bengali letter dha. The next letter is kha. It is representing the voiceless aspirated velar plosive sound. The pronunciation is similar to the kha in khalifa in English. Like dha, kha has also ardhamatra. This letter can occur word initially as in khabar, which means food, word medially as in batkhara, means weight used in weighing, and word finally in nok, means nail. Now let's try to write this letter. First, we will start with a small counterclockwise loop and go like this. Follow the strokes and sequences given in the screen. At last, give an ardhamatra above the right side. You have now successfully written the Bengali letter kha. The next letter is tha. It is pronounced as tha in the word think in English. It is representing voiceless aspirated dental plosive sound. Like kha, tha also has ardhamatra. This letter can occur word initially such as in thala, which means plate, word medially in word like pathor, which means stone, word finally as in path, which means road. Now let's try to write this letter. This time we will start with a small clockwise loop and draw like this according to the visual on the screen. Then draw an ardhamatra above the right side. You have now successfully written the Bengali letter tha. The next letter is jha. It is representing the voiced aspirated alveopalatal affricate sound. Like tha, jha has ardhamatra. This letter can occur in all positions in a word. It appears in word initial positions in jhinuk, which means seashell, in word medial position like in majboishi, which means middle-aged, and in word final position we can get shaj, which means evening. Now let's try to write this letter jha. First, we will draw the ardhamatra and then start by drawing the letter ba as instructed earlier. Now draw a slanted curve from here and then do like this. You have now successfully written the Bengali letter jha. The next letter is ri. The pronunciation is similar to the ri in ring in English. It is a shoroborno or vowel. Like jha, ri also has ardhamatra. Ri also has a diacritic form known as rikar. It can occur in its original form in the word initial position. For example, in rishi means a sage, in rishab means Taurus. The diacritic marker rikar can also occur in word initial position. For example, in trino, which means grass. Rikar can be found in medial and final position of the words as well. For example, kortrik meaning by and kortribacho meaning active voice. Now, let's try to write this shoroborno or vowel ri. First, start by drawing a counterclockwise loop and follow the described visual where we will again follow the instruction to write jha. Finally, draw the ardhamatra at the top of the right side shown in the screen. You have now successfully written the Bangla shoroborno letter ri. Let's look at some examples using these letters. The first letter we have here is ba. In initial position, it can occur in balok, which means boy. In medial position, in tabij, which means amulet. And in final position, we have gab, which means velvet apple. The second letter is ra. In initial position, we have ruti, which means bread. In medial position, we have borov, which means eyes. And in final position, we have chakor, which means servant. The third letter is ko. In initial position, we have koila, which means coal. In medial position, we have chakti, which means disc. And in final position, we have polok, which means wing. The fourth letter is dha. In initial position, we have dhulo, which means dust. In medial position, we have bidhoba, which means widow. In final position, we have band, which means dam. The fifth letter we have is jha. In initial position, we have jharna, which means waterfall. In medial position, we have jhajri, means colander. In final position, we have jhijhi, which means true cricket. The sixth letter is tha. In initial position, it can occur in thaba, which means paw. In medial position, it can occur in pothik, which means traveler. Word finally, as in poth, which means road. The next letter is ri. In initial position, it can occur in rikho, which means a beer. Ri can't occur in its original form in medial and final position. We also have its diacritic form rikar. It can occur in initial position in mrigo, which means deer. In medial position in mosrin, means smooth. And in final position in kotri, means active voice. And finally, we have kha. In initial position, kha occurs in khargosh, which means rabbit. In medial position, it can occur in makhon, which means butter. Word finally in nok means nail. Wonderful. Keep practicing these letters for perfections. See you in the next class.